There was a time when I felt like life had nothing left to offer. I had hit rock bottom. My story begins in the middle of one of the toughest periods of my life. I was homeless, struggling to survive day by day. I didn't have a stable job, I had lost my apartment, and I was living in shelters, just trying to get by. I felt hopeless, lost, and unsure of how I would ever get out of that situation. But the thing about hitting rock bottom is that there's nowhere to go but up. That's when I realized I had a choice. I could either keep sinking deeper into despair, or I could fight. I knew I had to find a way to change my life. At that point, I didn't have much. Just a few clothes, some old books, and the hope that maybe, just maybe, I could turn my life around. I spent my days reading books on personal development and entrepreneurship in the local library. I wasn't sure how I could apply what I was learning, but I knew I had to try. Even though I was facing hardship, I started dreaming again. One of the most important lessons I learned during this time was that perseverance is key. I knew I couldn't just sit around and wait for something to happen. I had to make things happen. Every day I would hustle, whether it was doing odd jobs, learning new skills, or even volunteering in exchange for food or shelter. I knew I had to build a foundation for my future, no matter how small the steps were. A breakthrough moment. The real turning point came when I landed my first job at a local fast food restaurant. It wasn't glamorous, but it was a start. I worked long hours and did whatever it took to prove my worth. Even though the work was tough and often exhausting, I stayed focused on my long-term goal, getting out of poverty and building a better life for myself. I remember one night, after working a 12-hour shift, feeling completely drained. I sat in the park, looking up at the stars, thinking about all the dreams I had when I was younger. I promised myself that I wouldn't give up, no matter how hard it got. I wanted more than just survival. I wanted to thrive. The road to change. After several years of hard work, learning new skills, and saving every penny I could, I managed to start a small business. It was a risky move. I didn't have a lot of money to invest, and I faced constant doubts from others. But I believed in myself. I knew that if I didn't try, I would always wonder, what if? Starting the business wasn't easy. There were countless setbacks. I struggled to get clients, and there were times when I didn't know how I was going to pay my bills. But I didn't give up. I kept learning, adjusting my strategies, and pushing through the obstacles. Slowly but surely, things began to turn around. The business started to grow. People began to see the value in what I offered, and I was able to hire a small team. The transformation fast forward to today, and I'm no longer living in shelters or struggling to survive. I own a successful business, and I've created a life that I'm proud of. I've built something from the ground up, and while it wasn't easy, I wouldn't change a thing. The lessons I learned through my struggles, perseverance, belief in myself, and the power of never giving up have shaped who I am today. But the most important thing I want you to take from my story is this. No matter where you start, you can change your life. The key is to keep going, even when things seem impossible. You don't need to have everything figured out, and you don't need to have all the resources right away. But you need the mindset that you can overcome anything. And with hard work and belief in yourself, you will. If I can go from being homeless to running a successful business, then you can overcome your own obstacles. Just take it one step at a time and don't be afraid to dream big. Your journey is just beginning. The truth is, life is never easy, and we all face moments where it feels like the world is working against us. But remember this, your circumstances do not define your future. Your decisions, your mindset, and your ability to keep moving forward no matter what will shape who you become. There is incredible power in taking the first step, no matter how small it may seem. Whether you're stuck in a job you don't like, facing financial struggles, or simply feeling lost in your journey, don't let those challenges stop you. Every setback is a lesson in resilience. Every hardship is an opportunity for growth. Life will always throw obstacles your way, but it's your response that matters most. The greatest success stories are built on a foundation of failures and struggles. They are not the end of the road, but the beginning of a new chapter. If I can rise from homelessness to building a business, you too can overcome your battles and create the life you've always dreamed of. It doesn't matter how many times you fall or how many people tell you it's impossible. What matters is how many times you get back up. The key is never giving up on yourself. Keep believing in your dreams, keep working for your goals, and most importantly, never let fear hold you back from becoming the person you were meant to be. Your future is waiting for you, but it starts today. So take that step forward, no matter how uncertain it seems, because you are capable of achieving far more than you think. Believe in your strength, trust in your journey, and know that no matter how tough it gets, you have everything within you to rise above it. Now is the time to take charge of your life, break free from the chains of doubt, and turn your dreams into reality. Your story of transformation is just beginning. Don't wait another day to start writing it.
Thanks for watching Life Lesson in English. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Drop a comment below with your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one.